Hadi Ali is trying to collect what he can from his home. It was damaged and left submerged by heavy rains and torrential floods in Al-Managil in Sudan's Jazeera state.
We
now don't have any food or water. The floods came in the middle of the night while I was working on a night shift to be able to provide food for my family.
Similar damage and destruction can be seen in houses around the village. More than 700 homes were destroyed in over 50 villages in Al-Managil. The district has been declared a disaster zone. Ibrahim Yusuf's family was one of more than 3,000 affected by the floods in the region.
The water came in, tore down the front walls. They then entered the rooms and we moved away as they started collapsing around us. All these houses have collapsed.
Al-Managil is now largely submerged. Homes are not the only places affected. Farmlands have also been devastated by floods, threatening the harvest season around November. Already, nearly a third of Sudan's 43 million people are short of food, and prices have increased in the past months. Government officials say the scale of damage in Al-Managil is unprecedented. Many people are now waiting for help, but with more torrential rains forecast and floods expected, they're worried it may come too late. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera.
Villages in eastern Sudan have been inundated by water, and the threat from floods isn't over yet. The torrential rains began more than 5 weeks ago. El Gash, a seasonal river near the city of Kassala, has reached unprecedented levels and threatens to spill into surrounding areas. Local authorities say several people have lost their lives in this area so far. 15,000 homes have been completely or partly damaged. Swathes of agricultural land have been destroyed. Thousands of families have lost their livelihoods.
It continues to rain and people have lost their homes. Now they need shelters, mosquito nets, insecticides.
Kassala authorities are appealing. Many of the affected areas are remote and have been impossible to reach because the roads have been cut off by floods. 14 states across Sudan need immediate help. The deadly floods have caused extensive damage to property, especially in the states of Kordofan, Darfur, Al Jazeera and White Nile. With a few more weeks of the wet season remaining, fears are mounting that the situation for those already affected might go from bad to worse. Mohammed Val, Al Jazeera, Khartoum.
Bashir Rahama is still searching for what he can salvage from his home. It collapsed on Tuesday after flash floods in Mikelab in northern Sudan's River Nile state. It's the result of days of heavy rains in the region and rainwater from the east overflowing streams in the town.
The rain started in the morning. It stopped raining for hours, and then while we were opening the streams for water to pass, the floods hit us. It didn't stop till the next morning. The rainwaters usually just flow through the stream, but this time we went over it, and no barrier or stream was able to stop it.
Bashir's home was one of more than 1,700 homes destroyed by the floods in Mikelab town alone. More than 3,000 homes were damaged in Berber County, in what many here say has been the worst destruction they've seen. The destruction has left families out in the open. Many say they'll wait here until the end of the rainy season to rebuild their homes. But that may take some time because more rain is forecast in the coming days, and there are concerns about waterborne diseases. The rain and floodwaters have damaged sewage systems, and it's hard to find drinking water in some parts of the town.
There is no access to clean drinking water or to a health clinic. My daughter is now sick in a tent nearby while we'll try to salvage what we can, but there is no medical treatment available.
Drone footage from Al Jazeera province showed a village and surrounding area partially submerged by flood waters. The death toll since the rainy season kicked off in May stood at 77 people, with many trapped with acute health conditions, according to Sudan's National Council for Civil Defense. There are many problems, including health problems for people who have chronic diseases. There are those who have diabetes. There are those who have pressure. There are those who suffer from cartilage, and we didn't get aid or anything in this area. In In 2020, authorities declared Sudan a natural disaster area and imposed a 3-month state of emergency across the country after a deluge killed around 100 people and inundated over 100,000 houses. The environment in general has problems. The water is supposed to be pumped, prevented from mosquitoes and things like that. This is a work they are supposed to rush into in the coming days because there are many people who have lost their lives, especially in the southern part of the village. People get out from their destroyed homes with only the clothes they were wearing. We need tents as soon as possible. Sudan's rainy season usually lasts until September, with floods peaking just before then. Last Monday, the UN Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said that more than 136,000 people have been affected by the floods. The agency said it expected the figures to increase as counting was still on the way and more heavy rains had been forecast.
Flash floods triggered by seasonal torrential rains in Sudan's Darfur region killed at least 7 people, including children, according to the UN and an aid group on Sunday. Heavy rains began late Friday in the Kas locality in South Darfur province, according to the General Coordination for Refugees and the Displaced. The group said the dead included a pregnant woman and 2 boys. It said at least 100 houses and camps for displaced people collapsed or were partly damaged. The UN's Humanitarian Affairs Office said over 6,000 people have been affected by heavy rains and flooding in the provinces of South Kordofan, White Nile and Kassala since the beginning of the rainy season in June.